Hi there, I'm Shane Spears and welcome to another edition of Summit Scale, beaming out to you from the beautiful city of Bath in the UK. My guest today is Collette Portis. Collette, a very warm welcome. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be on the show.
For those of you that don't know her, Collette is a business coach and strategist with more than 20 years of experience. She's also an author and creator of the G.O.A.L.I.E, that's G.O.A.L.I.E, we'll come on to that, strategic growth system. And Collette is passionate about business and entrepreneurship, which is driven by her rich family history of entrepreneurship. As a speaker, Collette has influenced audiences of all ages and is particularly passionate about helping business owners build a lasting legacy that includes building viable businesses, establishing valuable community connections, and becoming a leader in their community. She's recognized as a community leader, dynamic, no-nonsense coach, and a visionary. Her personality is infectious, and no matter the audience, Collette leaves them encouraged, smiling with the sense that their brains have been so impacted that it seeps out of their ears. Brilliant. Collette, the title of our interview today is G.O.A.L.I.E, and we have 5 minutes for the interview. If you're ready, I'll set the clock.
Set the clock.
So first of all, before we get into it, tell me about growing up in a family of entrepreneurs.
So I'll start by saying I knew nothing about a time clock to punch until I was 27 years old. I did not know it existed. And it was culture shock because I was like, wait a minute, I have to ask someone to go to the restroom or eat or what is this? And do people live their lives like this?
Yeah.
And so my mother's father and my father, therefore, my father was an entrepreneur, his sisters were entrepreneurs. And so I'm from Michigan, which is the Great Lakes state. We're surrounded by lakes. There's lakes everywhere. And so every morning in the summer, we were at the beach by 9 a.m. until dusk. Yeah. And then my family went back to their respective businesses and did what they needed to do in the evening. And so to not be able to do that, I was like, it didn't register. It made no sense to me.
Yeah.
And my family has had international success. They've had financial success as far as their businesses are concerned.
Yeah.
But they learned how to move from being an entrepreneur to an actual business owner, which my personal belief is there's a difference. As a business owner, you have a system you can pass down or you can sell. And they never got to a place where they built those systems, even though some of their businesses, were around for 20, 30 years and they never got there.
Wow, I feel like I've found a kindred spirit. How did Collette Portis and Co. LLC come about?
Well, so I ran from being an entrepreneur for 15 years. I knew I was supposed to do it, but I was like, that's crazy. I can't do anything that big because my family never talked to us about business being a viable option, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
And so I thought, I can't do this. And so for 15 years, I went and did what they tell us to do, get a good job, go to school. I have 6 degrees. It's insane.
Yeah.
I go, why didn't anybody tell me not to? Because, that's the way to make millions is to have, which we all understand is not necessarily the truth.
Yeah.
So I was branding. I've been doing that since I was 12 years old. My parents still don't know my story about the summer camp that I went to without permission that got me on that path. And so I was doing that, and I realized that people kept asking me for my portfolio, and I didn't have one because my work kept dying because I was designing for small businesses, churches, and things like that. And so I'm having my come to Jesus meeting. And I go, look, come on, we've got to do something different because my work's dying. And it was very simple. It was just like, help them. Right. And I went to sleep, literally, had a dream about all of the businesses since I was 14 years old that I had helped grow and how I had changed systems and processes and things, even the federal government doing stuff I wasn't supposed to be doing. But I did. I did. I go, where was my supervision? Like all the grown people were, I don't know where they were. But I realized that at the heart of me was business building. It was the one single thing that I didn't have to work on. I didn't have to think about, and I couldn't get away from. It was just what I did.
Yeah.
So I'd get a job description on a job, and I'd do that for 30 days. And then after that, I'd go figure out what my own job description was.
Yeah. And what's G.O.A.L.I.E? What is G.O.A.L.I.E all about?
So G.O.A.L.I.E is my effort to make sure that no one else, or at least those that come into contact with me or with G.O.A.L.I.E, don't carry on the legacy that my family left me. So when they passed away, so did their businesses, or some of them, went away before they passed away when they got sick. That's because they never developed the system. So G.O.A.L.I.E is the start of developing the foundation of your business. I have clients who have been in business for 40 years and still haven't done work. And so that's what G.O.A.L.I.E is. It is a 52-week plan that tells you that you decide this is what we need to do every day to get to our goal.
Right.
And as a result of that, I've used it with my clients, and they've doubled and tripled their revenue as a result of it, because we're no longer guessing or trying to figure out how to get to the goal.
Yeah.
We know the steps we need to take every day, and we know by the end of the week whether or not that step worked. Yeah. And if it didn't, then we pivot.
Yeah.
And so it makes it easier to pivot because you know where you need to pivot at. You know where the area of opportunity is. And so you find more success. By the beginning of the fourth quarter last year, all of my clients were going, okay, now what? Because we've exceeded our goals. And so let's just plan for next year, and let's plan to do something greater and bigger, because we seem to have planned too small this year, because by the fourth quarter, we were done with our work.
Right. Brilliant. And what legacy are you working to leave?
I am determined to build something that lives far beyond myself, far beyond my son, that takes care of my family for generation upon generation. I tell my clients every day that every day you're writing your own eulogy. Everything you do, every person you talk to, you're literally writing your own eulogy. And so I live by that principle. And I would like to be, on that day, for people to say I was one of the foremost, most philanthropic women that they've ever met, that I understood business. And if I had the information, I was willing to share it.
Yeah.
And if they worked with me, they were pushed to their limits. Yeah. They weren't given a break. We didn't make excuses. Brilliant. And so because I live with that every day, that's what my goal is.
Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Sadly, we've actually gone over time, but I wasn't going to cut you short. So that's great stuff. Folks, for more resources, check out the link that will be below the website, www.CollettePortis.com and /G.O.A.L.I.E. And thank you so much, Collette. That was brilliant.
Thank you, Shane. I love sharing my story, and I love your podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for checking out our Summit Scale podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes and subscribe, rate us and leave a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to learn more about the work we do, or are looking for a load of free resources to help with scaling your business, check out our website, www.summitleader.com.